YouTube, today we are using a brand new team, and this team consists of Kabutops and Salamence, two Pokemon I kind of want to use in VTC for a while, and I've been having a lot of fun playing Emerald Kaizo lately on stream. So you know what, I decided to give a little bit of a tribute and use Kabutops and Salamence, and we'll see how this team goes. But if you do like the looks of this team, be sure to leave a like down below, as it really does help me out, and leave a comment down below and try out the team while you're at it. You have 2 weeks to grab this team, but otherwise there is going to be a placement down below in the description. But otherwise, yeah, we're going to be playing some games with this team, and let's see how it goes. All right, we got Curly. I haven't seen Jellicent in a long time. A Pincurchin. I wonder if that's Lightning Rod or if that's going to be Electric Surge. Because it could be either one of those. We got Glastrier, we got Rillaboom, we got Togekiss, and we got Heatran. So this is a very, very hard Trick Room team, it looks like. So my team's not exactly that great against Trick Room, but we will try it out here. Card looks like a good lead. Card is really good against their team in general. It's really strong. Incineroar's all right here. I like Sylveon a lot because of the fact that Sylveon's just generally bulky here. So I kind of like the idea of like maybe Sylveon Incineroar or Sylveon Kartana. I think it's pretty strong as an option here. Let's see. Do I want to go that? Yeah, I think I'm fine with like Sylveon plus Incineroar lead. I think it's pretty good overall. I think Politoed in the back because of the fact that it helps against the Heatran. And then afterward, Kartana is really good. It helps against Jellicent and just does really well against the team, I think, in general. So let's try it out. Salamence could have been cool. I think Salamence might have been all right here, but I'm not exactly too big a fan of it because of the fact that I don't know where the moves are hiding. Although, because Glastrier is also really scary, I think, in general. But having double Intimidate would have been nice. It might have been better than Politoed, potentially, because of the fact... but I think I could see myself Perish Song endgame, especially if I need to deal with Jellicent more efficiently. I think I could have split up the division of work better, because I think I could have probably picked better mons that synergize for what I needed, but I think this is still okay in the long run. Jellicent Rillaboom's an okay lead here, as I lead Incineroar with the Intimidate, as well as Sylveon, which can distribute damage output very nicely here. I wonder if the Jellicent has, if it wants to go for the Water Spout right away, or if it wants to go straight for offense. Well, does it go straight for the offense, or does it just like go for the Trick Room immediately? I do have Taunt on Incineroar, so I will go for the Taunt. I could go for Yawn immediately. I don't really see the point of going for it though, at least right now, because I think I could just get damage off of Hyper Voice and then fire off a Yawn into the Rillaboom slot. Especially since like if I Yawn turn 1, they set up Trick Room, they could just easily switch out right now or the second turn, and I think that'd probably be bad for me. So I'm gonna go for the Taunt here and the Hyper Voice just for damage output. We'll see what my opponent decides to do here. I'd imagine it's like Fake Out an Incineroar and Trick Room, but we'll see here. Wish I was Calm Mind Sylveon, but at least Sylveon will, if it takes hits, at least I'll be able to recover pretty great with the Leftovers plus the Grassy's terrain, which is pretty nice here. Chipping away to Jellicent's pretty important overall. Let's see, we're gonna see Fake Out come out. It is gonna be the Sylveon slot. Okay, so is it Mental Herb on the Jellicent, or is it just gonna go straight for damage here? So we do go for the Taunt into the Jellicent, as we're gonna see the Mental Herb come out. Okay, so we figure out the item, which is okay here. I think that's fine. Sylveon basically will heal up all the damage anyway, and I think this upcoming turn I could just go for probably Parting Shot here in the Yawn. I want to Yawn, I think, the Jellicent slot, as Jellicent's a little bit annoying to handle, and I think I want to go for the Parting Shot into the Rillaboom slot. Yeah, just reduce the damage output. My Incineroar is pretty bulky, so I should be able to live Scald. I don't know if this is Spout, though. I feel like it'd probably be Scald, but we'll see. It definitely could be Water Spout. Let's see here. Glide going to come out. Okay, they're going straight for the offense into the Sylveon. Takes it, and it is Spout. Okay, that's going to hurt a lot. Incineroar should live, though. Yeah, okay. Not exactly amazing there, as I take a lot of damage for not really the best reasons. We're going to be able to get a Yawn off into the Jellicent and a Parting Shot into Rillaboom. So, okay, I need to start weakening this. I need to get Kartana in, I think. Kartana is really good in this situation. Of course, there is Will-O-Wisp option from the Jellicent. If it does have Will-O-Wisp, it could be Strength Sap, though, which would be fine, because I think Leaf Blade would just obliterate the Jellicent anyway. And yeah, I think that's an okay spot. Does my opponent have a switch in? Heatran. Do I want to catch Heatran? I kind of do want to catch Heatran, potentially. So I will go for a Yawn here, I think, into the Jellicent slot, and a Sacred Sword, I think, into Jellicent slot. I really expect Heatran to come out here. I just don't see a reason why it wouldn't come out. It could come out for the Rillaboom slot, I guess, which is definitely potential, but I don't think you want Jellicent Yawn here. So let's go for the double up in the Jellicent. I guess this could be Wisp switch to Heatran, but yeah, we are going to see the Jellicent swap here into the Heatran. Yep, it makes sense because you don't want to lose Jellicent. Jellicent's a very valuable Mon, I think. So we're going to go for the Yawn into the Heatran slot. And, ooh, is it Woodhammer coming out from the Rillaboom? It is Woodhammer. I think Sylveon should survive because of the Parting Shot, but, ooh, we don't. Okay, not a great, but still not terrible, I guess, because I am able to get the Sacred Sword damage off into the Heatran. That's a big hit right there. That's fantastic damage. That is fantastic damage right there. And, yeah, okay. Kartana can still win in the end game, and I definitely still believe that. So I think the play is to go Incineroar here. Yeah, I think it's to go Incineroar here. Switch out Kartana for Politoed the upcoming turn. I think that's a play. So we'll bring out the Incineroar here. Maybe I should have went Politoed. Politoed might have allowed me to put on more offensive pressure. But I'm gonna Parting Shot here. I think the Rillaboom slot, because I think Rillaboom might want to switch on to Jellicent here, and I'm gonna go Politoed. Let's see if this ends up working out in my favor. I don't think the Heatran's gonna Dynamax anymore. Wait, are you gonna Heat Wave? No, because I could fake out. Yeah, so we're gonna see the retreat here into the Togekiss. Okay, interesting play. I wonder if that's gonna be your Dynamax Mon, because I'm not sure what your Dynamax Mon is gonna be now. We're gonna see the swap here into the Jellicent. Okay. So this is an interesting position because I'm going to have Politoed next to Kartana. This is definitely a very doable position though. So we'll have Drizzle activated. I get to go for the Parting Shot here into the Jellicent. Is this the last turn of Trick Room? Or then next turn, the last turn of Trick Room? If it's the last turn of Trick Room, I might be willing to go for a Helping Hand Steel Spike into the Togekiss slot. Because I think that would pay off immensely if I'm able to eliminate the Togekiss. So let's see here. This is the second? Yeah, this is the last turn. Okay, I think it is worth to go for the Max Steel Spike and the KO into Togekiss. That gets rid of the Follow Me redirection, and then Kartana can prevent the next Trick Room from coming up. So I think Steel Spike Helping Hand is definitely the play here. There are a few options that I think my opponent can consider. Dynamax and Togekiss is definitely probably the scariest position here. Protect is an option here, I think, but at least I get the damage and a kiss, which is fine. I guess it'd still be tricky, but it'd still be doable, I think. Yeah, it would definitely be doable, I think. I'd have to play well against the Heatran if that's going to be the case. But I think in the long term, it should be okay. We could see the Togekiss retreat here, but we're going to see the Jellicent retreat into the Heatran, which is interesting because I feel like that's your answer to Kartana. So, very interesting to risk it, especially if I had Muddy Water and Politoed. If I had Muddy Water and Politoed, that would not be fun for my opponent. But my opponent could obviously expect double protect here, which I guess is fair. Well, Dynamax Kartana, there's no Dynamax from the Kiss. I am worried about if this is a Leaf Blade or not. But let's see. Okay, Helping Hand comes out. Or not Leaf Blade, Yawn. It is Yawn, okay. That's a little bit tricky, but still very doable. Okay. Steel Spike into the Togekiss slot. We'll pick up a knockout. It's a doable game, at least. It is a very doable game. Okay. Goodbye, Togekiss. If it's Rillaboom, this is questionable. I think Kart can still win this end game. It's tricky, though. Because Rillaboom's going to come in. Not exactly favorable. Although, this is definitely doable. Although Rillaboom's the one who's gonna max now, right? I'm not gonna have... Rillaboom should max here. Ooh, not an amazing position, I guess. I definitely want to go Incineroar here for sure. Because I think the way I lose is Kartana not able to get attacks off. I think I protect Politoed simply. I think Max is going to come out from the Rillaboom. And Max Drum Solo and the Politoed with a Heat Wave coming out. That's what I would imagine here. Or you can Max Guard with the Rillaboom if you had that option. I just don't think... I just don't think you should allow me to get a KO with Kartana in this position. Let's see. Yeah, it is a max. Okay. I could beat Rillaboom, I think, with Kartana if I beat down the other slot. Yeah. Heatran maxes. That's not what I expected. Okay. I guess the important part is who's faster between Politoed and Heatran. Ooh, max guard here. So that's Woodhammer. Oh, this is really good. This is really good. That's amazing for me because of the fact that oh, that's really good for me. Also, I think Politoed's the slowest thing on the field, which is very unfortunate. Oh wait, did my Politoed heal? Yeah, my Politoed healed first. Okay, no, that's really good then. So I can fake out the Rillaboom and Scald the Heatran. Oh, that works out amazingly for me. Yeah. I think their play has to be retreat Heatran into Jellicent. I'm pretty sure if they want to have a chance in the game, because if they sack Heatran, I think they just lose to Kartana, but let's find out. Rillaboom flinches, we get a Scald off and a Heatran. Okay, we don't KO the Heatran actually, but still very big damage. Quake doesn't change much in the position. It's probably the oh, it's Incineroar. Okay, so that's fine because I get a free switch to Cart. Cart is a very scary Pokemon for them to handle. What's the last move on the Rillaboom is a big question as well, though. Too bad I don't have a move that's like neutral against Heatran. I have Sacred Sword, which is effective, but the problem is there is a Jellicent in mind to keep aware of. Oh, this is a mind game between the Heatran and the Kartana. The question is, what does Heatran do in this position? Because I think if I call a max guard wrong, I lose. So Sacred Sword is obviously the safe play in the Heatran. The question is, does Heatran protect and then Rillaboom just goes on the offense? Actually, I could probably just Sacred Sword to Heatran and protect since I scalded last turn. Yeah, that actually works fine. Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah. This is fine. Because if Heatran protects or switches to Jellicent, I just like Leaf Blade that slot. Heatran's a bit too low, I think, at this point of the game. Yeah, so I should be fine. So we'll protect Politoed. Let's see if Heatran protects. I wouldn't be surprised. Nope. And Sacred Sword into the Heatran. Beautiful. So I do eliminate the Heatran. Excellent. And Rillaboom, just don't do anything dumb and we're good. Like Superpower Crit, I think, is the only out, I think, for my opponent. This is a Woodhammer attempt into the Kartana. Okay, so that's probably their best move to hit it. And luckily, Kartana 4 times we resisted to that, as well as the high defense and the Intimidate from Incineroar earlier. Just means it's not doing much here. And yeah, now this is pretty much a good game, I think. Because Jellicent probably doesn't have Protect, I'd imagine. I assume it's Water Spout. It could have Protect, I guess. But even if it's Protect, the Rillaboom needs a lot of luck right here. We go for Scald into the Rillaboom slot and a Leaf Blade into the Jellicent slot because we don't need to pick up a knockout. We saw the Mental Herb on Jellicent already, and Parasong would be a choke, potentially. It would be a choke, actually. So we go for the Leaf Blade here into Jellicent, pick up a knockout. Beautiful. And we have a chance to burn. Crit doesn't matter. Grassy Terrain, +1 Kartana. Yeah, get him out of here. +2 Kartana. Then next turn we can go for Helping Hand Smart Strike. It's either Helping Hand Smart Strike or Helping Hand Aerial Ace. Woodhammer going to come out. Politoed survives thanks to the Intimidate, as well as like the good bulk I have on the Politoed right here. Going to be able to heal back with its berry. And yeah, this is way over. Way over. Scald. We got the burn, insult to injury. But yeah. Let's see. We got a crit. No burn though. But it doesn't matter because we just Helping Hand Smart Strike, I guess, to win the game. Because I don't need to reveal Aerial Ace here. Yeah. Or I could just reveal Aerial Ace, but to see if it's Cobra Berry, if this was like a best of 1 set. But I think just going for the Smart Strike is better in general. Yeah. Since I feel like it's probably high chance of being like a Salt Vest or the Miracle Seed. All right, nice game, I think. Let's see what they had here. White Herb on the Glastrier. Interesting. Jellicent with the Mental Herb. Sap, Strength Sap, Trick Room, Taunt, and Water Spout. Interesting set. Solo Water Spout. All right, Rose Incense Rillaboom. Okay, so it wasn't the Copa Berry like expected. Citrus Berry on this with Lightning Rod. Yep, okay. I had a feeling it could have potentially been Lightning Rod to help support Jellicent. We have the Togekiss with Charty Berry. That's the rock one, right? Yep. With Helping Hand, Yawn, Air Slash, Helping Hand, Shucka Berry, Heatran, and yeah. I mean, basically how I played around this game was getting that read on Jellicent was huge. That was basically what helped a lot because it kind of made my opponent hesitant to Dynamax the Heatran. I feel like if my opponent Dynamax the Rillaboom though, the game was a lot harder, but I definitely understand because of the fact that Kartana was still offering so much pressure in the end game where if you Dynamax Rillaboom, Heatran just goes down to Sacred Sword immediately and Jellicent's going down to Leaf Blade regardless, so it would have still been hard regardless of my opponent winning. But yeah, luckily I think that call was really helpful. Was able to, I think, position Kartana right. I think switching out on the Yawn was correct because of the fact that Kartana was so necessary in that end game. Because of the fact that Kartana fell asleep, Jellicent gets Trick Room up. Water Spout's doing a lot of damage anyway to my team. And also, like, I think a Trick Room setup would have just been game over. So, yeah, I think I put myself in the position to, I think, dude, like, make the best plays possible with Kartana and give me the best chances of winning there. All right, you got local tourist here. Pretty interesting team. The Charizard, Torkoal, Indeedee, Porygon 2, Landorus, and Urshifu. So this is pretty interesting. I think I'm okay with my position because I have Rock Slide, which is always nice, of course. This can be tricky though. I think my best plays are Kabutops. Salamence is pretty nice, but the Porygon 2 is such a pain to handle. Might not bring Politoed into this. I might not bring Incineroar. Because I might try to focus Perish Song the end game, knock out Indeedee, try to take a quick knockout on Perish in the end game. Yeah, I think Kabutops Sylveon is okay because I can Rock Slide Hyper Voice immediately for huge damage. Politoed, I think Salamence, because Salamence is such a good Maxmon here. It does so much damage to my opponent's team. It's a great switch, and this is where Salamence can really shine here. And or Kabutops if they elite Charizard for some reason, which I'll definitely take. Let's see what they decide to go here though. I think Salamence is really good here. Of course, Operating Incineroar is a little bit hurtful against Urshifu, and no taunt options obviously kind of sad. But overall, Salamence is a great Pokemon to have here. It's faster than all of my opponent's Pokemon besides Speed Tie with Charizard, if it is a Speed Tie, and it just does so much damage with Hydro Pump, which my opponent might not expect. And Hurricane does a lot of work, especially with Max. Indeedee Charizard lead. Okay. I wonder who's faster, the Sylveon or the Indeedee? Because the play I could just go for is a Rock Slide turn 1 and go into Politoed. They could read this in Double Protect, but I'm not sure if they will. I kind of want a Rock Slide here. You know what? Let's go for the Rock Slide turn 1 and let's go out into Politoed. It's a read here, isn't it? Because Charizard could protect and Indeedee could Expanding Force, and I think that's a fair play. But I think I do want to risk it here. There's a chance they might think that a Kabutops is a Dynamax only mon. The problem is Indeedee stayed in. Of course, it doesn't confirm anything immediately. We do go into Politoed here. They do Max right away. Okay. So this is good. It's a Life Orb Rock Slide. This is going to do a ton of damage. Kabutops has pretty good attack as well. So if we can knock out the Charizard immediately, beautiful. If not, Perish endgame. Gotta hope. So let's see here. Charizard Max. Follow Me going to come out perfect. Rock Slide. Rock Slide. Hit. Nice. Kabutops. Ooh, big knockout on Charizard. Let's go. That's such a good knockout. Okay, I can't believe they actually let me Rock Slide go Poly that turn. I thought they would maybe Scout with a Double Protect, but that ends up working out amazingly. Of course, Charizard might not have had Protect. It might have been the Assault Vest variant. The Porygon's going to come in perfect. It's amazing we got the Dynamax Mon out of the way. I think I go for a Liquidation into the Indeedee, because I try to pick up a knockout there, and then I think I go back into Sylveon. I could also like Helping Hand. I could go for Scald. I don't think it's really worth it here though, because my goal of this game is to get the Perish Song off, and if I get a knockout, I can get Politoed in safely, I think, against the Torkoal. So we'll bring out the Sylveon. We're going to see the Indeedee Protect, which is fair. Completely fine. And then Thunderbolt immediately? Not too sure. Trick Room, okay. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky because I might not have the exact tools to pick up a knockout, but I am going to protect the Kabutops here. I mean, they don't have max, which is actually pretty huge. I'm going to click Hyper Voice and protect turn 1 to get as much damage off. I mean, I still have max, which is huge in this matchup. I might even max the Kabutops. Let's see if they reveal T-Bolt right here. Try attack. Okay, they might not have T-Bolt, which is fine. Into Sylveon. That's a pretty good amount. My Sylveon is slower than Intimidate. Okay, no surprise. And then Expanding Force. Okay. This is into both, but Sylveon pretty tanky. I am dead to a crit though. Do I want to max here? I do, right? Yeah. I go for Geyser into the Intimidate slot because it will pick up a knockout, even if the Intimidate protects, and then we protect Sylveon. I guess I am risking T-Bolt's Expanding Force, but let's see if Kabutops can live it. We're Dynamaxing Kabutops, which is pretty exciting. Let's see if this works out though, because we could get punished for this, but what I'm hoping is next turn I can go to Politoed and Yawn the Porygon 2 for a safer Perish Song endgame. And if they don't have Thunderbolt, because they might not, I think Tri-Attack Ice Beam will probably be the standard here because this team really hates Landorus T, I think. I don't think they actually have T-Bolt. Look at that giant Kabutops. Look at that giant Kabutops. We protect here as we are seeing a Tri-Attack into Sylveon. Fantastic. Expanding Force crit should not knock out the Kabutops. It would throw a little bit of wrenches into my plan, but still okay. Yep. We go for the Geyser. Try to pick up that knockout into the Intimidate. Beautiful. And then now it's Torkoal, and then we go Politoed for the Sylveon slot, and we go for the Max Geyser into Torkoal. Torkoal protects, that's fine. Porygon looks like it can't handle the Kabutops. I don't think it has T-Bolt at this rate, and it might be Ally Switch, but that's fine too, I think. Yeah, because as long the Porygon's actually doing the most damage output here, unless they have Body Press on Torkoal, but we'll find out. Sun is up. If they have Body Press and knock out my Kabutops with double up, it's fine too, because Trick Room's running out, and then I could Perish Song safely, I think, with Politoed. Yeah, because this is 2 turns of Trick Room, then I could get Politoed in, double protect, and then Perish Song late game. Yeah, so this is completely fine. We go for Max Geyser here and a Politoed switch. And as long as nothing dumb happens to Politoed or Kabutops, we should be fine. Specifically Tri-Attack stuff, but I think even Tri-Attack stuff shouldn't be like that bad, and we still have 4 Mons available. Let's see. Eruption gonna come out in the rain. Just do no damage, but I think they had to hope that I didn't switch. A Tri-Attack gonna go for the Politoed. Okay, nothing dumb. Perfect. That means I can Perish Song the Porygon 2 safely for the end game. Torkoal goes down. Beautiful. And Kabutops sweeping this team. The Stab Rock Slide really coming in through against the Zard, knocking it out through Dynamax because my opponent didn't scout for the Rock Slide or had Assault Vest and had no switch-ins for the Rock Slide, which are kind of fair. But yeah. We go for a Max Geyser here, and you know what? Let's try to finish this off with Kabutops. If the Porygon knocks out my Kabutops somehow, it's fine too. Yeah. As Kabutops taking the win. Let's go, Kabutops. Really nice work. I think like overall Kabutops just was able to that was like the perfect team to face against with Kabutops. Kabutops just did so much work in that matchup. The only thing I had to worry about was Thunderbolt on the Porygon, which I kind of doubted it was Thunderbolt on Porygon just because the team looked so weak to Landorus T. So I think it had to have like Ice Beam, and once it revealed Tri-Attack, I was like, oh, Kabutops is very safe. And yeah, it could have gone a different game though. The Charizard Protect, if they went for Protect turn 1, obviously it would have changed a lot. I would have had to play around. I might have even had to Max Guard my Kabutops and switch out the Politoed and the Sylveon. That would have gave my opponent some options to like capitalize on it potentially. So of course it could have been a hard game, but luckily the turn 1 was a big deciding factor, and then afterward was just playing again towards the end game Perish Song, and that's exactly what we did. So nice. And that is going to be the end of today's episode. Kabutops doing very well, which is a great start to see. We have Sylveon, which did a lot of work as well. and Kartana, of course, coming in clutch with a really close game there. But I hope everyone did enjoy today's episode. If you did, please leave a like down below. It really does help me out. Once again, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you try out this team. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know what you think of the battles today. And yeah, of course, if you want to try it out, 2 weeks to grab this code. But otherwise, there is a placement of the team down below. Check out my other videos. And of course, follow me on my socials, such as my Twitch channel, which I did mention earlier, and all my other good stuff linked in the description down below. But otherwise, yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day, people. And until we bow again, I'll see y'all later.